top, baby. Come on, we gon' reach the top. Reach the top, yeah. Reach the top, yeah. With the gift, reach the top, yeah. Reach the top, yeah. With come on, we don't stop, we don't stop. We just tryna reach the top, 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 reach the top.
More viewers, and then we're gonna get straight into it.
Sweet.
All right, let's go. All right, let's try this again.
Sweet. I'm excited. 2021 is the year.
2021, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Already is crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely, yeah. It started off already crazy.
Wow.
Like last week.
For real. Like history.
Before the ball drop. It was destined to be crazy before the ball drop. All right, so we're gonna try to get a couple more people in here. I sent out some requests.
For sure.
You know what? They can just catch on. We're gonna get started in 1 second.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity, guys.
No problem, man. No problem. No problem. I mean, you know, it's best that, you know, everybody network now, you know, especially in these times.
Exactly.
We gotta utilize our networking skills, and we stronger together than, you know, the party, you know.
Exactly. Hey, we got Alfredo. What's up, Alfredo?
Okay. See the people coming in, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
What's up, Alfredo?
Yeah, we definitely about to get started.
But no, I'm glad you think that way about networking. You know, everybody eats that way.
Exactly, like, you know, the thing with nowadays is a lot of people, you know, they want now, and not no time invested in, you know, building relationships or actually keeping those relationships, you know,
Exactly.
at a, you know, honorable standpoint, and, you know, we just trying to restore the feeling, man.
Exactly. Make it how it used to be before it got to how it is now.
Now I don't know. It's just the unknown right now.
Bro,
Everything is
so
unknown.
wild.
So much going on. So much going on. All right, the room filling up.
Hell yeah.
We could get started now. So thank you all for joining ReachTheTop podcast. I am the host, The Gift, and this is my co-host.
Hi everyone, I'm Mima Sanders. Welcome to the show.
And tonight we're interviewing a special guest. Let him know who you are, bro.
Hey, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Lavish. You can find me at Lavishly Posted. I'm part of the Triad. They've had two of my homies on here before, Cruiser Urameshi and Ray OTS. And I hope to do them proud. This is my first interview, actually.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Salute. And Benny Cosmic joined.
Hey, there you are, Benny. What's up, bro?
Shout out Benny Cosmic. Benny, are we good for next week, man?
Hey.
We were supposed to do an episode with Benny, you know, in 2020, but you know, something had happened, so we need that episode. It's here waiting for him.
For sure, man. Get the whole team on here.
Exactly. So let's jump straight into it. Let the people know where you're from and what was it like growing up.
All right, so I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. That's where I'm back at right now. Actually, I just moved back, but I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I lived here until I was about 15. I'm first generation Mexican American. My pops is from Mexico. I got a lot of the Irish from my mom, so that's why I look like this. But yeah, you know, I lived here for a while. I played sports, and then I moved up to Oregon when I was 15 to finish off high school. And I played football up there. And when I graduated, I realized college wasn't for me. I tried to write a song. My first song got like over 1,000 views like within the first week. So I was like, this got to be a sign. So yeah.
Oh.
And I met Cruiser at a Riff Raff concert, and the rest is history.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How what year was that? Cause Riff Raff, he didn't make a song in a long time, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I met him 4 years ago. So 2017. Yeah, I think 2017, 2018.
Okay.
Right in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause I was like 20 when I met him. That's wild. I was standing where all the artists stood because I didn't know where to stand. And he walked up to me and asked me if I was performing, and I said no. But he gave me a business card, man, and I took that as the sign. I was like, this guy's got a business card? I'm like, I don't got a business card, so there's got to be a sign.
I remember that story. He definitely told us about that story.
Yeah. It's going down
So I got
Black Triad book.
So how was it growing up in Arizona?
It was good. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm gonna throw it out there. I actually grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, so
Okay.
growing up was actually pretty wild. Wasn't allowed outside.
Yeah.
That's like the joke I always make. But yeah, no, it's definitely a different upbringing. You know, like when I compare it to like how Homie Cruz came up. You know, it's different.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
it definitely taught me to be like once I broke away from that kind of living, it definitely opened my mind to be able to think for myself and really be able to pave the way for myself instead of having somebody tell me what direction to walk.
Got you. So in Arizona, right? Oh man, Arizona. Is a lot of questions about Arizona, right? So all right, I'm gonna start off with this. Is it really that hot in Arizona?
So right now it's winter time. So in Oregon now it's like 40 degrees, I think. I'm sure Benny could put it down in the comments how cold it is, but right now I think it's like 85 degrees outside.
Oh man, 85
degrees.
Hold up, because I'm pretty sure. Because like the winter time here, it's crazy to see people out here like with their. Oh, my bad. Actually, no. Right now it is 67, but it's gonna hit 75 later today.
Still warm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, they don't know that you're in it's mountain time, right?
Yeah.
So everybody who's viewing on the Eastern time, he's actually 2 hours behind us.
Yeah.
All right. And did you ever go by the area, 51?
Area 51. We've driven like by where they say it's supposed to be. Like once when I went on vacation one time, but like it's like a fence that's like way out in the middle of the desert, and you can't even see the base from you can't from what I remember. I don't remember really being able to see much. It's a lot of desert out there. I mean, that's all it is out here is desert.
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna move on, right? You had a quote back in 2018. We were all given one life. I'm just trying to do mine differently. At which point in your life did you realize being different is a good thing?
So when I moved to Oregon, I was 16. Like I was starting sophomore year of high school, and it was weird to me because I was immediately categorized with the Hispanic kids, which, hey, that's all right with me. I'll take pride in that. But it was really weird because everybody wanted to act like each other. And when I started doing my own thing, that's when I realized the teachers were taking more respect to me. A lot of the students were having a lot more respect for me. I mean, being the new kid on top of being able to do my own thing, I realized a lot of the a lot of the women at the a lot of the females at the high school took a notice to it as well. So it was like around like 16 or 17. That's when I was like, all right, so obviously something I'm doing is working. So I just decided to roll with it. Decided to dress my own way. To represent whatever I want to represent instead of being told how to represent it.
Got you. So basically, when you were 16, that's when you realized, being in the in crowd isn't for you. As far as what was going on in your high school at that time.
Yeah, I realized early on that I didn't want to necessarily be like everybody else, because when you decide to be what's hot right now, you become outdated when the next thing comes in.
I like that. Exactly. And you also said something where they categorized you as Hispanic off the bat.
Yeah.
So was your school predominantly like Hispanic?
No, so I moved from Phoenix, Arizona to, it's called Florence, Oregon. You can look it up. It has like 8,000 people maybe. It's on the coast of Oregon.
Oh.
And
wow.
It's predominantly white. So my freshman class in Phoenix, for my 1 year I went to high school out here, it was 650 something kids. And high school I graduated from, the entire high school was 500, what was it, like 527 kids?
Mm-hmm.
So it was predominantly white. So after living in Oregon and finishing off high school up there, I always make the joke that when I grew up in Phoenix, I was too Hispanic for the white kids. And then when I moved up to Oregon and finished off high school, I was, in Oregon, I was too white for the Hispanic kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say. It's my brain got all mixed up. But yeah, like let me start over. So in Phoenix, I was too white for the kids. I'm trying to take pride in it. I was too white for them down here. And then when I moved up to Oregon, I was too Hispanic for the white kids, trying to fit in with them up there. So I always ran around with, like, I found my little circle of like 5 people, and they were the ones I rode around with from sophomore year till I moved away when I was like 19 to the big city of Oregon, which is still like 20,000 people or something like that.
Wow. Wow. So in Oregon, it like overall the population is just not that huge, like compared to California.
Oh yeah,
New York.
Everything's spaced out. I tell everybody everything's spaced out like crazy. So everything's like an hour away. So you have your small pockets. So everybody thinks all of Oregon is Portland. Portland is like a very small northern part of Oregon. And even the city limits are really small compared to like Phoenix or LA or Denver. And even Vegas, man. I was just in Vegas to pick up Cruiser. Man, that I could never live in Vegas. Props to him for living there. But it's crazy. Like, Oregon is a lot of small towns, and the bigger cities are just becoming bigger. So they're still getting out of the small towns.
So they're still developing.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. In our first episode with Cruiser, he mentioned you just started rapping 2 years ago. Now that wouldn't be 2 years ago, right? That would be 3.
Yeah.
So how was the beginning process of starting your music career? And can you touch on like the learning experiences you received working with Cruiser?
Yeah. So it's crazy. I was renting out. I was 19, almost 20, and I was actually going to college to be a high school chemistry teacher.
Okay. Oh wow.
And I just decided college wasn't for me. I was already racking up too much debt as it was, and Yeah, so I decided to start making music. I dropped out of college, and then pretty much like 6 months later, I met Cruiser at the Riff Raff concert, and he had connections. He knew what he was doing. I have enough rhythm nowadays to make music, but I can't make a beat. And I've tried to save my, and I can't make one to save my life. So thankfully, I got Cruiser on my team.
Yeah. So you say you can't make a beat, but do you do some kind of engineering?
Yeah, so I'm a vocal audio engineer, and actually, that's actually something I wanted to talk about on this podcast, on this interview. Was I actually bought the legal name to my business, to a business.
Got it.
I moved out to Arizona because I felt as though my team, Cruiser, Benny, and I, our small little pocket of our team in Oregon, the three of us had done everything we could. We had a radio show for a year. We performed all over, like in Portland. We performed in Salem, Southern Oregon, which actually, the city I had my first ever big show at, actually the entire town burnt to the ground. So that's kind of crazy. But
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
super wild. But I felt as though we did everything. So I moved out to Arizona to actually start a studio and do audio engineering. And so that's actually what I've been doing out here. I bought the name. I bought the name EBE, which stands for Everybody Eats. Just 1 second.
That's all. Everybody eats. That's all. EBE, y'all.
Yeah, it's so I own the legal name EBE Studios here in Arizona. I'm having the actual like certificate laminated so I can put it up, frame it and everything. So when artists come into my studio, they can actually like, okay, this is legit. This is actual legit business.
I mean, one day we gotta do a show live from your studio, man. Especially when you get the laminated certification.
Oh yeah, for sure. Show it to everybody and everything.
That would be very dope, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So how is the business so far? You got any artist clients?
Yeah.
Coming in?
Yeah, it's been a lot. So actually, I moved out to Arizona, and before when I was living in Oregon, I was actually a caretaker.
Oh wow.
For like 6 months because I was reading a thing about because of COVID, caretakers and nurses were dropping off. And so I decided I wanted to help out. So I decided to become a caretaker. And so when I moved to Arizona, I was working like 100 hours as a pizza cook. So I actually left that job to do this full time. That was, I'd say like 3 weeks ago, almost a month. And I have 5 clients right now. I have 2 artists that I work with in person here in Arizona. I have accumulated a team of producers that I can start selling their beats as well as team up with them to help promote the name. I'm getting a website made so then I can promote artists that work with me as well as anybody I like, which is Reach the Top podcast, of course. And so
salute.
Thank you.
Salute.
This is my first interview, so of course I gotta show love. Everybody eats.
Everybody eats. I like that, man. I like that. Cruiser said EBE.
That's right.
EBE. And
everybody eats.
I went and picked up Cruiser in a spur. He called me and I was like, "Yo, how far away are you?" And he was 4 hours away one way. So I was like, I'm hopping in the car. I'm like, "Get your bags ready. Let's do this." And I just drove to Vegas to pick him up. And we're actually, I wanted to announce also, we're coming out with a project. It's going to be out in a month. We're recording it this week. It's the Everybody Eats EPE. Everybody Eats EP. EBE EP.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. That's good branding. That's good branding and marketing right there, man.
Most definitely.
That's dope. Well, we can't wait to hear that EP, man.
It's gonna be the best music
for real.
So far. I've been Cruiser's been making all the beats and I've been making the music, the rhythm. to the beats he's making, man. Where it feels like old times, honestly.
Yeah, he spoke in you know, very highly, and he had told us, he asked like his supporters who do they like on his beats, and we heard that you are the man. We heard that they loving you on his beats, man. So you know, we can't wait to hear what you guys, you know, got in store for next month, man. For real.
I'm excited. This is you know when you're doing something and you're like, and you got that feeling inside you, and you're like, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And you know, it's crazy with him sitting behind my computer whipping up these beats, and I'm standing behind the mic listening to it. Man, it's just like in my heart, I can just feel the fire burning. It's like this is what we're supposed to be doing right now. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
That sounds like a great feeling. That sounds like a great feeling. She has a question for you.
Okay. Living Lavishly. Was this your first project? And how was it working with Cruiser?
Oh man, Cruz is a different kind of producer. Let me tell you what. You know, I've worked with some dudes who will sit behind the computer and in an hour we get like one beat done. Cruz will sit in front of your computer for an hour, whip up 20 beats, and then tell you, all right, pick which ones you like. So it's wild, man. It's in everything he touches. I say he has the Midas touch. He gets behind the computer and like every beat, I'm like, yeah, that could be a hit. That could be a hit. It's wild. Definitely makes me want to try harder.
He told us he had an extensive catalog.
Yeah, most definitely. Makes me want
so I'm guessing now it's even crazier.
yeah. Crazy.
Okay. Which song on the project is your favorite? And how well was the project received, being it was your first body of work?
I mean, I definitely gotta say, we did a project. What was it? Our first one was Living Lavishly, and that was back when I was still trying to understand how I wanted to flow and how I wanted to be perceived as an artist. And honestly, the feedback we got from that was where my biggest song came from. It was called Tiptoe. And sorry about the Wi-Fi. Let me say that also. Phoenix, Arizona has terrible Wi-Fi like throughout the entire city.
Oh man.
But
I guess it's the heat. It's the heat probably.
Honestly, yeah, too many people too.
It's probably too consistent.
But we did a song called Tiptoe, and that will forever be my favorite song. Cruiser and I got together, and he made this beat, and it sounded like a club song. And I was just thinking about it, and I said, you know, you got Baby Got Back. You got songs for girls with big booties. You got songs for the women in the background. You got the songs for the freaky girls in the front. I was like, but what about the tall women? I was like, and you know, it started off as a joke, and I was just saying like, well, let's make a song for the tall women. And so I made a song about, you know, you're in the club, you're dancing, and this woman's too tall, so you got Tiptoe to dance with her. And we released it on SoundCloud, and I think in a week we hit like 10,000 views, and we were just like, oh man, you know, like I thought for a second, like, man, if this is the song that puts me on, like, I'm gonna have to explain this to my moms, you know, like. But yeah, that's my favorite.
Got you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're an entrepreneur, right? Was Lavish Industries the first business you ever started?
Yeah, man.
yeah. That's wild. Yes. I didn't know anybody knew about that. Or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so when I was 19, 20, I was fresh in Eugene, and if people don't know, glass blowing, that's like the hub. If you're a glass blower, you want to be in Eugene, Oregon, to be like if you want to make vases or pipes and bongs, whatever you want to do. And I got in as a salesman for a glass company, and they fronted me like, I think it was like $3,000 worth of just like pipes and like little pieces here and there. And I traveled with two homies that I don't talk to anymore, but two homies
Okay.
from glass show to glass show, and we just
Yeah.
sold pipes. we sold Lavish Industries. That was our glass company for about like, I think like maybe like 9 months, and then we all like, and this was a fun, like, it felt like a summer job type thing. But it was a good
Okay.
experience.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
good
that.
experience.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
So on August 25th, 2018, in Phoenix Club, Summer Jam, how was your first performance?
Man, the first performance I will never forget. The the night before, I had my homies Cruiser and Benny. We actually we camped out at my girl's family's house out in Southern Oregon
Okay.
in tents. We slept in tents on their property.
I mean, the grind was serious.
Yeah,
The
humble
grind was serious.
beginnings.
Had to do what you had to do, man.
And I just remember being out there by the lights, and Cruiser and Benny, they were both helping me with my dance moves and making sure that like my set was perfect for my first big performance. And we actually had people drive like 3 hours, 3.5 hours to come see us because we just played it like crazy. And
Yeah.
man, I just remember the whole time in the green room. You definitely see the different types of artists, and most of them, Benny and I saw it, most of them were off on the side. They had their alcohol in hand. They had their, which, hey, don't get me wrong, I like to drink and stuff, but I was so focused on that performance that, man, coming out, it's so funny to say the first performance, there was nobody.
Wow.
There was nobody except my girl, my pops, his girl, and like two chicks that Benny and Cruiser convinced to show up from the mall.
I mean, you had to start somewhere.
Yeah, we brought the crowd. That's all we could say from that was like everybody in the crowd that was there to watch was there because of us.
Yes.
So that was a good feeling,
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Oh, so who, in your opinion, was the better dancer between Cruiser and Benny Cosmic?
We were just talking about this too. Cruz and I were just talking about this. I don't know. I haven't seen Cruz hit his moves up on stage, so we're gonna have to get that to happen in 2021, so I can make a legit decision on that. But I would say behind the scenes, Cruz is pretty confident behind the scenes, but up on stage, Benny blows us both out of the water.
That's dope. That's dope. So, following your first show, the next month you had a very busy schedule. Album release party for Lavishly Living, your first show in Portland, and your 21st birthday. How was that, having all those important events back to back?
Oh man, that was the craziest week. If I ever said I felt like a rock star, that was the week I felt like a rock star. We traveled 3 hours and we went and performed, and then it was pretty much the next week. The next weekend we were getting ready. We went to we were putting flyers up everywhere, and I just remember, man, like the album release was crazy. It got kind of weird because the owner of the venue, like a lot of them do, they like to switch it up right at the end, try to make a little bit more money. You know,
Yeah.
they're not about everybody eating. And but I just remember like that show was crazy. We had like I remember it was kind of funny. It was the only show my mom ever showed up to, and so that was pretty cool. And
That's good.
that was the first time I ever met Cruiser's mom. And
That's
man,
dope.
did Cruiser talk about the 21st birthday uh, story?
Nah, he didn't.
Oh man, this is a book. This is such. One day when we meet in person, I'm gonna tell you all the details. But for right now, I'll say it took. So normally it takes 2 hours. It takes 2 hours to
Okay.
get from Eugene to Portland.
All right.
My 21st birthday took me 22 hours to get from Eugene to Portland and back. We had a show the night before my 21st. Our car broke down 20 miles outside of Portland. Some
Wow.
random millionaire in a drop top picked us up and drove
Ooh.
us. We don't know who he was. His name Dan.
Just random. Just very random.
Just random side of the road, drop top, all white Mustang. It was like, hey, I'll get
Woo!
a ride. So I was like, we're hopping in. So that happened, and we slept in a 24-hour fitness that night, and we got somebody to come pick us up the next day, and I was officially 21. And I went out to dinner that night, but man, they were like. That story, like I felt like I lived the Hangover movies. Like I felt like I was just like, man, this is something like we're gonna definitely make a movie one day when we're famous.
Yeah, that sounds like a good script right there.
Yeah, it's wild.
Wow. So, how was the transition going from recording in your closet to recording in the same studio as E40 1 year later?
Bro, so recording in my closet was definitely it made it feel more like it was a hobby. It made it feel more like I was just kind of doing it for fun and showing my at the time it was mainly just the girl I was dating, her friends, and then my family. I didn't really have a fan base at the time, and so it felt more of just like a dream. It felt more of just, oh, we're gonna make. I'm just saying this right now because at the time I was just a college dropout, and that's how they all viewed me. But man, when I was able to say I was in the same studio as E40, still to this day, years later, I still talk about that. It took me a little bit to break out my comfort zone because again, I was used to being in the closet with the door shut and I didn't have room to move around. But once I was able to get in there and actually feel the vibes of the studio and realize I could stretch my legs, oh man, it was over.
That's dope. That's dope. So, and where was that studio? Was it in Oregon?
Yeah, it's in Portland. It's on the outskirts. I think it's called Hillsboro. But yeah, it's like a suburb of Portland.
Okay. Okay, got you. So May 3rd, you and Benny Cosmic opened up for Mike Sherm. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Mike Sherm? All right. And can you speak on that experience?
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, I'll let Benny tell his perspective. But my perspective is we were the rock stars. We were the show. I don't unfortunately it was a very, very poorly put together professional show. So to say it was my first one,
Yeah.
I think it was a good stepping stone because I saw kind of some of this is maybe not how it should happen. But man, getting up on stage and seeing like the sold out show in that venue and just seeing a crowd. Actually, so one thing not a lot of people know, when I was a senior in high school, I taught freshman science.
Okay.
And when I was up on stage with Benny, a couple of those kids I used to teach were in the crowd.
Wow.
So
wait, hold on. We can't skip that. How was you teaching as you said you were a senior in high school, but you were teaching freshman courses?
Yeah, so I had the highest chemistry grade when I was a senior in high school, and there was a special program that students under teacher supervision could teach, and so
Okay.
once a week I would teach freshman science. So I think it was like every Thursday I would teach like 2 or 3 classes, and the teacher would help me obviously make lesson plans or whatever. But I was just a
Gotcha.
kid teaching the other kids, and so there was a
Those
lot of
kids.
mutual respect. And I remember being up on stage with Benny, and just I remember singing that song and looking down and seeing 2 of the students waving their hands at me like freaking out, like trying to high five me, and that was the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
Yo, that's yeah, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Right.
amazing. So that's where you wanted. That's why you went to school, like you went to college because you were already in the teaching field in your high school. So when you went to college, that's what you were going to major in and make it, your profession.
Yeah. I was uh,
That's
I was going to school to be a high school chemistry teacher
high
originally.
school. Gotcha. Damn, chemistry though, man. I didn't take chemistry. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Chemistry.
I ain't gonna lie. Earth science, living environment. What other? It was something else.
What
I
was
was
it?
close. I probably what was this something else? There's earth science, living environment,
Physical science, so physics.
physical science.
Um,
I think did I take
chemistry. Yeah, I think.
chemistry?
And then do they? It's
Is it
statistical
environment? Wait,
science.
I said environmental, right?
Yeah, we said environmental.
All right, yeah, okay. So yeah, I didn't really, I ain't. But chemistry was always like was it like an AP kind of thing?
So
Like
chemistry,
only
there were two
certain
levels of it. There was like
yeah.
the kids who were just in it for half the year, and the half the year students were just like, oh, it's an elective.
Okay.
Where I did a full year, so they put me in with like the advanced students. So
All right.
I think I got like half a college credit from it or something like that, while also getting a
Yeah,
high
the
school.
college credit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, I decided not to go to college, so I mean, it's sitting there somewhere.
Yeah, don't feel bad, man. I'm a college dropout too. I was gonna say that earlier, but I wanted you to continue your story though. You know, we in the same boat as Kanye.
Exactly, exactly. Destined for greatness.
That's got you. So, can you speak on the Triad Boys, like the role you play in the exclusive? Do you have any exclusive stories, and who have you created music with the most?
Um, I think that so unfortunately when I moved to Arizona, my computer that I was using at the time decided to stop working on me. So we lost a lot of music, but I made a lot of unreleased music with Benny Cosmic. We
Yeah.
I feel like, oh man, I think for like 2 or 3 years, however long I knew those guys up in Oregon, I think Benny and I saw each other every week for 2 years, at least once, at least once that week. I don't know. It just seemed like we were always getting together and making music, but for a while, I don't know. It's pretty even. I think my role in the team, though, if I was gonna say anything, I definitely think I'm a good in between Benny and Cruiser. Cruiser knows it. You guys know he's a pretty mellow, relaxed guy. He's pretty chill vibes, and Benny Cosmic, you'll see. Benny Cosmic has more energy than me, and so I think I'm a good in between because I can have really high
Okay.
energy, but naturally I'm a really slow pace kind of. Hey, let's stop
Fit
this
right in the middle.
roses kind of guy.
Okay. Fit right in the middle.
Exactly.
So, only in 1 year, your music journey, and you got a chance to perform at the Five Fest in Oregon, right?
Yeah, yeah. Five Fest.
You was with Cruiser and Benny Cosmic. How was the energy before getting on stage and getting off, walking amongst the people after the performance?
Funny.
He said, "Oh man, like
So that's funny. So the Five Fest never happened. Uh, the Five Fest. was a bust. You remember the Fire Festival?
The Fire Festival, yeah.
Yeah, that really big bust with Ja Rule or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so that's what it was pretty much. We paid for our spots like 6 months in advance. I think maybe 8 months at that time. And oh man, it was wild. We were promised like booth space. I had T-shirts made, like I think like 150 T-shirts made. Cruiser had bracelets made. Benny had CDs from his old album ready to go, and man, crazy.
Wow.
We drove.
Y'all was ready to recuperate. Y'all was ready to recoup the money that you spent, probably earn more, and then also gain fans. So you're telling me these people was basically con artists?
Yeah, it pretty much. I mean, yeah, to put it at the bottom line, yeah.
But how did they come about?
So we met this artist. So we were in Eugene, which is like an hour from the coast.
Okay.
And we met an artist who was on the coast, and he had a connection at the time to a radio show. And that was before we had our radio show. So it was a really, this radio show is promoting it. It has a legitimate promoter. So we were like, oh, this is going to be a good spot. So the guy got us contracts. We signed legitimate contracts. But
wait. So there was contracts.
Yeah.
Did you and you agreed with the terms and conditions? But they just, so you arrived there and it was just nothing there?
Nothing. Bro.
No other artists or nothing? Just you guys?
No. So we showed up, right? So we showed up the night before. Now, if you were gonna perform at anything smaller than like South by Southwest, you imagine the night before they have at least like something showing, like, oh, there's something going on.
A lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, at least like a stage or porta potties or something,
Something.
And
nothing.
We pull up and it's just desert and Oregon desert. And so I just called the dude. I was like, hey, there's nothing here. And he goes, you're a day early. And I was like, what? I was like, but there's nothing here. And like, when I mean nothing, it's not like flat desert. It's like lava rock desert. So it's just like really big rocks everywhere and like a tree maybe once every like 30 feet. It was nothing like we were told. So we stuck it out because, we've heard of worse things happening and bigger coming from it.
So did you guys stay till the next day to see?
Well, we had to get a hotel room the first. So we got a hotel room in the town.
Spending more money.
Yeah, more money. And I didn't say this. So for us to all get down there, my father, he actually rented a shuttle bus. So we rented a shuttle bus. So it was me, my girl who I live with right now, Cruiser.
Okay.
A girl Cruiser was with at the time, Benny, and then we actually came in contact with this DJ who was staying at a hotel. Yeah, he was staying at a hotel, and he didn't have a ride to the venue, so he caught a ride with us. Well, the dude was handicapped, so he wasn't actually able to do anything because of all the rocks. And so we pitched tents and we all stayed out there and for the night, and the dude abandoned everything. The guy who put it together, I think they tried to get it going up until like 6 o'clock at night, and then after 6 o'clock it was just like they literally gave us machetes, hot dog and burger stuff, shovels, and they were like, all right, good luck. And yeah, we camped out. It was a good old-fashioned camp out.
Well, at least they gave you machetes.
I still have it. Where is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you still got it? We got the exclusive machete.
Hey, if